Distributive property of multiplication. Distributive property tells us that we can divide a multiplication problem into two or more smaller problems, add together their products, and get the final answer. For example, find how many squares in this big array. Here we have an array. We need to know the number of squares. We count how many rows. We have 4 rows. And how many columns? We have 7 columns. That the number of squares equal number of rows times number of columns. 4 times 7 equals 28. 4 rows and 7 columns equal 28. Another way using distributive property. First shape, we have 4 rows and 7 columns. 4 columns, count 2 columns and draw a line. Let's distribute 7 columns into 2 columns and 5 columns. Now we have two shapes. First, 4 rows and 2 columns. Second, 4 rows and 5 columns. The area of the first shape, 4 times 2 equals 8. And the second shape, 4 times 5 equals 20. Total equal 8 plus 20 equals 28. The second way, we will distribute 7 columns into 3 columns and 4 columns by count 3 columns and draw a line. Then we have two shapes. First, 4 rows and 3 columns. Second, 4 rows and 4 columns. Area of the first shape equal 4 rows times 3 columns equals 12. Area of the second shape equal 4 rows times 4 columns equals 16. The total equal 12 plus 16 equals 28. The same result. Next example, break apart of the following arrays according to distributive property equation. We have 8 times 8 equals 8 times 3 plus 8 times 5. Here we have 8 rows and 8 columns. We'll distribute 8 columns into 3 columns and 5 columns by count 3 columns and draw a line. We have two shapes. First, of 8 rows and 3 columns, area equal 8 times 3 equal 24. And the second of 8 rows and 5 columns, area equal 8 times 5 equal 40. 24 plus 40 equals 64. Next, 6 times 7 equals 6 times 1 plus 6 times 6. First, 6 is number of rows doesn't change. So we distribute number of columns. 7 columns, we distribute 1 plus 6. Count 1 column and make a line. We have two shapes. First of 6 rows and 1 column. Second of 6 rows and 6 columns. Next, using distributive property to complete the following equation. 3 times 9 equals 3 times 6 plus 3 times what? Number of rows 3 doesn't change. It's constant. But number of column, we will distribute 8. Divide it. 9 equals 6 plus what? We can subtract. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Or count on your finger. After 6 to 9, after 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 fingers equal 3. Next, 7 times 9 equals what times 4 plus 7 times what? 7 number of rows doesn't change, so we put 7 in the first bracket. But 9 number of columns, we will distribute it, divide it into 4 plus what? 4 plus 5 by subtraction. Or count on your fingers after 4 to 9. After 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 fingers we put 5. Next, 5 times 15 equals 5 times 5 plus what times what? First number 5 is 4 rows. It doesn't change, so we put 5 in the second bracket. But 15 number of columns will distribute into 5 plus what? 5 plus 10, because 15 minus 5 equals 10. Goodbye and good luck.